Yeah, so Matt, obviously, yeah, the club's got its first, is it the first women's team entering the competition this year? It must be exciting.
I believe it's first senior women's team. I think there was an under-17s team back in 2002. We were politely informed of that last year when we thought it was our first under-17s team by Don Parry. He let us know on a social media post. But it is pretty exciting. Like this year, we've seen the growth of that program. We have 2 under-17s girls teams going to the competition and an under-15s, and following on from the success of last year, that's really flowed on to having that crack at having a senior women's team, which is exciting for the club.
Mate, how's the blokes going? I saw Bombay pull up, was it his 100th appearance the other day?
It's his 300th. Maybe if we had a bit better record keeping. I think it says 294. We might have to keep him around if we're going to keep contested scrums in reserve grade still for our side, because he still can somehow push through a scrum. Doesn't do a lot else. He sits in with that 5 metre line on the sideline for the rest of the action.
Yeah, and yeah, so it's a bit of a changing of the times last year, you could say, for the Toads. It seems like you guys are onto something really special down there at Toad Manor.
Yeah, so I think at the end of 2019, when we had a real struggle with getting players on the park, we only had the reserve grade side and kind of really fizzled out towards the end of the season. We put together a group to really focus on getting youth back in there, so we're pretty excited. There's probably going to be about 100 to 120 players hopefully pulling the red and white this year. We've got under 8s, under 11s, which is quite a big squad. We nearly pushed for under 12s as well. And then in the women's side, there's going to be 40 to 50, I think, going through. I think we've got 30 in the youth program, and then plus our senior women's team, which they're at 15 or 16 players at the moment, with a couple more hopefully will pick up as the season goes.
Yeah, awesome. And I think speaking to you at the beginning of last year, that was something that you really wanted to do, was try and get a younger feel amongst the club. Do you feel like you have achieved that?
I believe we have. I think we're going to have to somehow, the challenges we're going to see is bridging that gap now between what our youth program and those under 8s to under 12s until they get to senior rugby. So that's the challenge that we've got. But there's definitely been a big rejuvenation. We've taken a focus off our senior men, much to maybe their dismay, but we have put a lot of our resources into the women's program and the girls program and the juniors, because I mean, if we don't really foster that, we're not going to grow.
Awesome. Thank you very much for your time. Good luck this evening. Good.